Hey folks, another rapid reaction here. Luis Fernandez, WBIR, you know the drill. Tennessee versus Mississippi State. The Vols not only win against 3-seed Mississippi State, but they win big. 12-2 the final. They run-ruled the Bulldogs in 8 innings. It all started in the 4th inning. Pete Durkee hit a 3-run homer to get things started, really. Liam Spence followed up with a single to get Connor Pavolony home. So Tennessee led 4-0 at the bottom of the 2nd, which is wild when you think about what happened against Alabama. The Vols, it took 7 innings to get just 2 runs on the board, and that's all they could do in 11 innings. But here they are, just the bats erupting, seeming more like what we've seen from Tennessee all season long. I think really one of the big things with this game is this is the first time Tennessee has won an SEC tournament game since 2007, which is just bonkers when you think about it. For the longest time, the number of teams that were able to compete were not as high as they currently are. So there are some seasons in there where Tennessee just didn't make the tournament outright. But finally getting a first win since 2007 in the SEC tournament, which I think goes a long way to show where this program is and where it's trending under head coach Tony Vitello. Now, going back to the game, Chad Dallas got the start, Tennessee's ace. He had a pretty solid game. His numbers aren't going to wow you. He didn't have like 10 strikeouts, but he went, I believe, 6.1 or 6.2 innings, and really only gave up 6 hits, 1 earned run, and got his 10th win of the season. His record as a starting pitcher now is 10-1. So he's just been fantastic for Tennessee this season. Now, I think the question is, what does the future look like? So the Vols will play on Friday. Remember, it's double elimination. Tomorrow is the last day of the double elimination aspect of the tournament. So Tennessee will play the loser of 6-seed Florida versus 10-seed Alabama. Yes, so there is a chance Tennessee can play Alabama again, get an opportunity to get a little bit of revenge. Redeem themselves after the 11-inning loss to Alabama on Wednesday. Florida and Alabama are playing each other at 5:30 today on SEC Network if you want to keep tabs on that game. And then Tennessee will play the loser of that game at 4 p.m. on Friday. So go ahead and mark your calendars for that one. There are, after today, there'll just be 3 days left to the SEC tournament. So if Tennessee can pull up the win against one of those 2 teams, they will then play in the semifinals on Saturday, and then the championship game is on Sunday. So good things happening for Tennessee against Mississippi State early on this Thursday. And I think now we look at the big picture too, locking up a win in the SEC tournament. And, if Tennessee can have things go their way, if they play like they did against Mississippi State, at least one more win is what you would think against a Florida or an Alabama. Ultimately, what that means is that Tennessee's locked up a national seed. I think that was really the case before the SEC tournament, but now they've locked up a national seed. So you could see them not just hosting a regional, but hosting a super regional. You could see them being one of the top 10, top 8 teams in the country come the NCAA tournament. So a lot of attention is going to be on Tennessee. It will be really interesting to see what happens once the NCAA tournament starts. So once again, Tennessee wins. The final score is 12-2. I know a 13th run crossed, but the way the run rule works is the second you get up 10 runs that late in the game's over. No more runs after that count. So 12-2 is the final score. They will play the winner of Florida and Alabama tomorrow which is Friday, at 4 o'clock p.m.